So what's the best option? Should you pocket carry? Should you inside the waistband carry with a clip? No, I'm not talking AK banana clip. Or is ankle carry the best option for you? Stay tuned, we're going to be talking about this and what might be the best option for you for deep concealment. Sometimes the most difficult thing to do for guys like me that are 195 pounds of just pure muscle and stand about 5'9". If we want to wear clothes that fit right, not necessarily form-fitting, but that fit appropriately without being too baggy or too tight-fitting, it can be difficult to carry our favorite firearm. And so we adjust. We either adjust our clothing in order to carry said firearm, or we adjust our firearm. And in my case, I went with a 380 Bodyguard, Smith & Wesson, and it's got the Crimson Trace laser on it. I've heard many difficulties about carrying a laser pointer on your firearm, and so of course I jumped on that option to see for myself. And so with that said, I've adjusted that. And so now, how do I carry for deep concealment? Well, you can go with the ankle carry option. Now, you probably can't tell that I have a firearm behind my watch. Nope, that's not where it is. Yes, you're right, it is here. And so, this seems like a pretty practical option, unless you're wearing shorts and you're not concealing anything, or you're wearing tight pants, which I don't recommend either. And so this one here is the neoprene one strap kind of option. There are others that go up. It's got like a little string or piece of connected fabric here, and then it ties off above your calf. And there are other fancy options that actually have a rigid pole that goes down into your shoe and it doesn't move anywhere, and it's fantastic. It just works great. This one seems to do the trick as well. And it hasn't moved around a bunch on me when I've been using it. But again, on a hot summer day like this, I do not want to be wearing pants all the time. And so now I would be forced to figure out another option. Is this great for a backup gun? Yes, it is. Again, if you're wearing shorts, you can't do that. Would I be inclined to carry on the ankle for an option like this in a place where I think or suspect that somebody might eyeball me and see if I'm carrying? Now that may sound paranoid, but I don't want anybody knowing that I have a firearm on me. Yes, I want to be that hard target, but I also don't want to give myself away. As far as, is the bad guy going to label me and think to himself, yeah, that's the one, and I can tell. And so if you're like me in that respect or that aspect, this may not be the best carry option for everyday 365 days out of the year carry. Now, does this offer deep concealment for a firearm like the Bodyguard? Now, this is safe. There's no live ammunition. There's not one in the chamber. It's empty. This Bodyguard stands approximately 4 inches tall and isn't much longer than that either. And I can tell, and my wife can also tell, when standing in a certain position, that the back end of this does tend to print. It's almost like a shelf where there shouldn't be bulk or a shelf. It looks very awkward that your ankle would be doing that. And so it does print. And I have seen many people carry ankle, and I've never noticed that they were doing that with much bigger guns than this, with the single strap option. And I'm not sure how conscious they were of themselves carrying and not letting other people know that they were carrying. But for me, psychologically, I want to be able to just walk through my day and not have to worry, hey, does somebody see that? And if they don't think it's a gun, they might think it's something else. Ugh, that's awkward. So for me, is ankle carry the best option? It is not at this point. Will I do it? Yes. Will I utilize it for a backup firearm? Yes, I will. Why? Because it looks sweet like the movies. No, but the reasoning is because I want to be able to protect myself, my family, and people that I care about, and I don't want to be without a firearm in situations that require that. Will I be able to carry all the time? With this ankle carry option, I wouldn't be able to. And so there needs to be an alternative method. For me personally, I wouldn't put this back in my pocket if I had one in the chamber. This is a double action 380, double action only. And if that trigger gets compressed or pulled, I mean, that's the whole point of a trigger guard, is to put that on there. You know, without one, I'm not going to attempt to put this back in my pocket like that. On the plus side, if you've got your safeties in place, you feel pretty daring, and you know, everything seems to be really, really safe, then this may be a good option for you. My pants aren't super tight or anything. They're you know, just regular old pants, I guess, you know, straight leg. So this really should not print as much as it does if that's the point of deep concealment and pocket carry. So for me, this one is just not an option, and I hate to bag on these things because they're awesome, and some people can really get away with these and have amazing deep concealment and also fantastic safety with these, combined with the trigger guard, and have it also not print. I expected a lot out of this and the way I wear my pants, and I have seen these in action and others like these that aren't as good, and could never tell that anybody had anything in their pocket, let alone a firearm. And this one actually has the awesome rubber on it to where it sticks to your pocket, and you're supposed to be able to pull it out no problem and be able to set it back in there. Doesn't work for me. This one doesn't work for me. With what I would like in a deep concealed, really the only reason I would buy a 380, along with the fact that we do experience ammo shortages a lot, and the more firearms you have with many different calibers, you're more than likely to be able to buy at least one caliber and be able to defend yourself and your family during those shortages. But again, the other reason is for deep concealment. And now I'm dropping the magazine. There is nothing in there. Yep. Do the finger press check, look through, nothing. So this is now safe as apple pie, and it does have the clip here, and I'll leave the name to this right here. And for me, this is the best option for a little 380 like this. You can put it right here, and boom, there's nothing there. You can't even tell. You would never be able to tell unless somebody was looking right here. And look, I mean, it is probably the deepest concealment for appendix carry that you can ever imagine. I mean, even if you were looking really hard and right up there, you would not be able to tell it was there. And now for me, for deep concealment and for these little firearms, these little guns, you get these to carry guns in places that you wouldn't want your bigger guns to be noticed. Now, are you fully armed with a 380? Yeah, you are. Are you going to have as many rounds at your disposal? No, you're going to have 2 to 3 less rounds compared to subcompact models like the M&P Shield, and I think the 45 you're getting, 6 to 8 rounds anyway. Now I know dudes that carry, Glock 17s, Glock 19s, and they're getting, 13, 15 rounds, but they're also printing or having to stand in an awkward way so they don't print. And for me, I just want to set it and forget it. I don't want to have to worry about it. I don't want anybody else to have to worry about it. And for these little guns like this, that clip there, it's stable. It's not going anywhere. You screw it in, you put some Loctite on it, and you're good to go. Should you attach a trigger guard to this? Yes, you should. If you're going to be carrying one in the chamber, I'm going to be bold and say it, you'd be stupid not to. Now, if you're not going to carry one in the chamber, there's also many things that I could say about that and others would say about that, but that's another topic for another time. So is pocket carry a viable option? It may be for you. It is not for me, and there are other better options in my opinion. For deep concealment, specifically. Okay, that's all I got for this one. If you like these types of videos, gun reviews, troubleshooting, firearm malfunctions, survival and campcraft, bushcraft, and all-around foraging fun for the prepper in you, then it would be of your benefit to hit that subscribe button. Do what's right and stay safe. That's what I really don't like about the DeSantis Pocket carry. It's you can see the definitive line there. It's even if it doesn't print and show a gun, you can still see this big kind of bulky thing in your pocket. And again, this is the Bodyguard. This is the 380, and you know, it's there. You can tell it's there. Maybe not a gun, but there's something there. That is just too tough to get out for me. Given it's brand new, it probably needs to be broken in a little bit, but that is in a life or death type of situation. If that's how long it's going to take for me to get this out of here,